Most of us have seen massive price appreciation all across Rolex, especially Daytonas, Patek Philippe Nautiluses, and Audemars Piguets. However, today, we are seeing all of these luxury watches, many of which are really desirable, just desperately trying to find a buyer in the current market downturn. Welcome to the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Before moving forward, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on our latest uploads. In this video, let's dive deeper into the luxury watch market, particularly the most controversial issues and concerns circulating around about its current economic status. Is it really crashing? Stick with us to find out more. What has ultimately occurred is that so much money has been sucked out of the market, whether it be crypto stocks or other asset classes. People are scared because they don't know what will happen next. But it's not impossible that the luxury watch industry is going to witness a lot of shakeups, and a significant number of people will continue to sell watches despite these volatile times, wherein inflation remains high, job insecurity grows, and new difficulties appear as time goes on. Everyone seems to be talking about what has been going on in the high-end watch industry recently. Take this Washington Post piece as an example with the title that says, "Crypto Meltdown Claims Rolex and Patek Philippe as Victims," which reports that Rolex and Patek Philippe were among the victims of the recent crypto crisis. Investors who put a significant amount of money into cryptocurrencies at the beginning of the year have had poor returns. Over the past several months, there has been a lot of coverage and analysis of the crypto meltdown and its effects on the economy. It wasn't hard to foresee some of those results. The others, though, are more unexpected. One example is an article published by Intelligencer that discusses how the recent decline in cryptocurrency prices has stimulated the secondary market for expensive wristwatches, namely Rolex and Patek Philippe were mentioned as two brands seeing increased interest on the secondary market. That's to say, those who invested in both cryptocurrency and timepieces may now be selling the latter to make up for the former's decline in value. The Patek Philippe 5990, which is a classic and beautiful watch, and the 5711 are being valued in the $300,000 to $400,000 range, especially the gold models. 2 years ago, they were listed for $120,000 to $130,000, which was still a lot of money, but it wasn't anywhere near what they're listed for today. With that, one may ask, why has this bubble in the watch industry grown to such great magnitude? There are several explanations. 1. It's a statement of wealth and power. 2. You can take full possession of them. 3. Eventually, these watches will carry more value than the US dollar over the next decade. There's no question about it. The dollar is in serious difficulty, and a lot will change over the next decade. For instance, our world will become much more digital, and cryptocurrencies will begin to rebound. However, a large number of crypto projects will likely fail, but blockchain and NFTs will become immensely popular. Therefore, it is advisable to learn about NFTs now, at least enough to know how they are put together and how to actually start an NFT. As a result of the market for cryptocurrencies tumbling, there is less of a supply of the most sought-after watches on the secondary market, which drives down their costs. A higher number of high-end timepieces like the Rolex Daytona and the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711 are available for purchase. According to an email statement sent by online trading platform Chrono24, the current downturn and crypto values have had a direct influence on the pricing of luxury timepieces such as Rolexes. It was announced by the German watchmaker Patek Philippe that their online store currently features over 500,000 timepieces for sale. In one such case, a well-known YouTuber for the watch industry described his attempts to engage a sizable social media influencer in a conversation about his brand new Rolex Daytona. While he had no intention of really selling the watch, he was curious to see how much he might get for it at the moment, so he gave the buyer a call. And they are saying that they are not even buying these watches right now, because the world is so unstable that anything can happen on any given day, and they do not want to be sitting on millions of dollars worth of watches that they thought were a great buy last week, but are now underwater on all these watches. Instead, they proposed a consignment sale, wherein the influencer would take possession of the watch and advertise it on behalf of the YouTube until a buyer was found. If a buyer is found, in exchange for selling it, they'll take a consignment fee. It's hard to believe. One of the biggest social media influencers in the watch industry isn't interested in purchasing watches right now. And that encourages some to believe that we may soon see a lot more volatility and a lot of price movements coming down, which may present a fantastic chance to get some very luxurious timepieces. One of the first signs that the once soaring second-hand luxury watch industry is beginning to lose momentum is a recent drop in prices for the most sought-after models. Cryptocurrency's meteoric rise in value has created a whole new demographic of affluent consumers, driving up the cost of high-end goods like Rolex, audemars piguets, and pateks to previously unimaginable heights. Since many digital currencies have been crushed, these buyers are reversing course. According to Tim Stark, CEO of Chrono24, the decline in sales for some models is indicative of a consolidation, as costs for the most coveted timepieces go toward parity with other clocks of comparable quality. Now, one of the major drawbacks that is rarely discussed is the fact that you can't wear a 5711 or one of these fancy $200,000 watches outside, since it may be stolen. Even at restaurants, there have been reports of Rolexes being stolen while being worn in public. Despite all that, watches are a great investment, and you can be sure that the value of these watches, especially the good ones that people want, will only go up over time. At the same time, Stark said that trading volumes on the platform that connects dealers and private sellers with buyers have increased by more than 50% in the first half of the year. Chrono24 says that the price of the Nautilus 5711, which sells for about $35,000, began at $240,000 in the first quarter. Now, the blue-dialed steel sports watch is worth about $190,000. The gold Nautilus 5711, on the other hand, is worth closer to $400,000, or at least it was. Chrono24 has seen the price of watches like the rainbow dial Rolex go up. There are a lot of watches that have gone up 5 times, 4 times, or even 10 times in value, almost like cryptocurrencies. With all this talk in the watch market, some people would say that they would rather hold a watch collection than a crypto collection over the next 20 years. This is because of the assured return of investment, especially if one knew how to choose the right watches. Nonetheless, watches are interesting, NFTs are interesting, and crypto is a huge interest. But the problem is that cryptocurrencies are still in their early stages. We're going to see a lot of cryptos get wiped out, but surely there are going to be a lot of cryptos with 5 times or 5,000 times gains, 1,000 times gains, and more. So this is the time when all the smart money is paying attention, because as the old saying goes, money is made when people are afraid. That's all for this video. Tell us more about your thoughts and feelings on this issue in the comment box below. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button below and smash the notification bell to keep yourselves updated every time Luxury Channel uploads a new video. See you in the next one.